good. So you put in all summer, all camp. It's only 3 days away. How exciting is it for you and your teammates that you know the game's right around the corner?
It's just really exciting to actually hit somebody different than the old line, especially with D-line. We're hitting, throughout camp, just the same person. It's going to be fun hitting somebody different finally.
We've heard so much about the defensive line group throughout camp. How confident are you guys going into this first game?
I think we're real confident due to our depth. We have KD back. We have Big Cat. Cam Good. He's been doing good all camp. Same thing with Keenan Hester. So, the whole D-line, especially defensive end and D-tackle, is just we have depth now compared to last year.
As you've studied Boise, what stands out to you about their offense and their quarterback?
So, offensively, their offensive line and quarterback, they're all experienced. They're redshirt juniors, redshirt seniors, so they've been in the game. They've played it before. Obviously, with the offensive coordinator being different from last year, he's from UC Davis, excuse me. We just have to look at UC Davis film, look at the scheme, and then the personnel. We got to look at Boise.
Then you look at this game Thursday, it's a chance to be playing in front of a full packed stadium for the first time in quite a while. How do you guys kind of handle those emotions? I mean, and plus the fact that you're playing against a good team like Boise State and it's on national television.
Emotionally, I think everybody's going to be all over the place. First play, I think that's just what every first game of college. It's not that we're unconfident in what we do or in any team essentially, but I think as soon as that first hit happens, as soon as that first ball is snapped, everybody's going to be like, all right, I know where I'm at.
Anthony, as a defensive unit, has maybe T-Will, have you guys kind of talked about goals and what you want to accomplish, in your first year in this new system?
So, yeah, we talked about goals defensively and as just, D-tackle-wise, D-end-wise. Defensively, we just want to be all conference everywhere. We want to do everything right. We want to be the number one defense.
Hey, Anthony, Coach said that this quarterback definitely had a lot of tools, that he can use against you guys. How important is your depth to try and contain him?
Well, let me think about that question, honestly. That's a good question. So he does have a lot of tools, especially with running back number 24. And then, they're all big backs. 24, I think it's 23. I think the other one's 5, I want to say. And then the wide receivers, bro, they have length. Offensive line, experience. So, him being a pocket passer, he can also get out. So depth-wise, we just got to keep the D-line fresh, have fresh legs in there, and just make sure we got to stop the run so we can get to the pass.
How have you seen UCF's defense change over the course of camp?
Over the course of camp, we went from, I don't want to say not knowing the plays, but being uncomfortable in certain situations to now being comfortable in where we're at.
And you guys have played in the heat and humidity here at Florida, obviously. You've played against teams that aren't used to playing in that. What are some of the things that make it difficult for teams to come down here and play in those conditions?
It's definitely humidity. Other than the bounce house, excuse me, wow, I'm all over the place today. Bounce house being loud, definitely the humidity is going to get to them. Even with us, we see people on the field, it's getting to them, but we're used to it compared to them.
Anthony, crowds are back. I don't know if you saw there was a couple games over the weekend. It's kind of cool to see, games that weren't being played in empty stadiums anymore. So how much are you looking forward to that? How much can that be a boost to you guys? Because you remember some games in the past where, crowd gets loud. I remember that, 2018 Cincinnati game and stuff like that. How much of a boost can the crowd be on Thursday night?
You just get goosebumps here in the bounce house, it's just motivation to actually, when you make a play or do something great and you hear the crowd screaming for you compared to last year where you heard nothing. You heard crickets, sometimes. But I think for everybody here, hearing that loud noise is going to get to them a little bit. It's going to shock them. I think it's going to bring out the great in them.
Yes.
Yeah, you talked about how there's really deep on the defensive line. Big Cat Bryant came in the summer. Got a team captain spot, just only being here a couple months. Can you just kind of add to what's he been able to provide, and what are we going to see from him maybe when he gets on the field on Thursday?
So to start off, he's a heck of a guy, man. He brings the energy every day. Even when he says he's tired, he's still bringing the energy. You can tell he's experienced. He has a lot of experience on the belt. He can do things that sometimes we look at him like, how did you do that? We're asking him for tips and tricks, especially at the defensive end spot. So he just brings, the energy in everything he does.
And another guy, Clea Davis, for a guy obviously he wasn't here last year, opted out. Doesn't look like he's missed a beat. What is he going to provide just knowing that, he's been described as an all-conference caliber player?
Like you said, he's an all-conference caliber player. Like I said, I think it was, 2019? I think he's the best defensive tackle. He has so much raw talent that it's kind of unbelievable. I think he's only 22. Just looking at him, it's dang, he can make it. Even the coaches know that he can make it to the next level, and I think that's what I'll believe in too.
one more thing real quick. Just are there some players that's just kind of you're excited to see play? Maybe some guys that hadn't played a lot in the past. Maybe some guys who were freshmen last year, freshmen this year. Maybe transfers. Or there's some guys that maybe did really well in camp. They're just excited to see how they do this season.
So Kalia Davis, I'm excited to see him play. You know, I've been seeing him in practice, but in the game, it's a bit different. Everybody has that game speed, different game speed. Big Cat, Keenan Hester, and Cam Good. You know, I'm excited. Keenan's been doing real good. Same thing with Cam Good. Like, they both have been just stepping up their game in every way, so I'm excited to see them play.